Okay, we are back with another week of entertainment news. So last week, Mike, well, you can briefly explain to what happened last week because last week we were going to do this one last week and it didn't go as planned.
Yeah, I had a bit of internet troubles on my end, and
Yeah,
that couldn't let me allow me to connect. So
yeah
I was out last week.
his internet tapped out last week. And, I thought about doing this myself, but then it wouldn't have been interesting. I prefer these to be like conversational types of videos. So, um, yeah, I just decided to hold off. I was going to upload some other videos or whatever of interest this week, but I decided to focus on something I've been working on for 11 years. Uh, so, yeah, instead that took priority. Um, but we are back now, and I'm gonna upload this week, and then we're gonna do next week. So quite a bit to talk about. So let's get started. Um, First off, we have no Final Fantasy VII remake DLC plan, as the studio is focusing on the sequel. Um, And so the specific quote, which is from the remake director, the original director, who is now the creative director, Tetsuya Nomura. Tetsuya Nomura is obviously a popular name at Square Enix. Man created Kingdom Hearts, directed, I think, pretty much all of the Kingdom Hearts games. Um, and had been involved with Final Fantasy for years. His quote was, "We do not have any plans for DLC at this time. Sorting out development environment for PS5 for Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade, and then that's meant to be moved to development on the sequel to that." So my thoughts is very simple on this. This is bullshit. This quote, it's nonsense. The Yuffie content or whatever that they announced for Intergrade, that is technically DLC because it's content that exists outside the main game that you have to pay for, and it's even locked to.
It was what?
Huh?
How much was it again?
They
For
didn't.
the
They didn't.
integrated?
They didn't reveal how much. You're talking about the game itself.
Oh no, integrated. So
Yeah, yeah. They didn't. Well, Intergrade is. I think they're charging $70 for it.
oh okay.
Yeah. The DLC though, they're not. They haven't revealed a price.
Okay.
So at least not yet. But yeah, this is technically DLC. This is content that you have to download, that you have to pay for, in an online marketplace. So it's DLC. Why he's saying it's not DLC or they don't have any DLC plan doesn't make much sense to me. Um,
Yeah, that doesn't.
this is what you get when you deal with Square Enix and their employees. It's always some bullshit, one way or the other. You know,
Every
it's
store article you bring up about them is just always bad news every time.
yeah, it's always some nonsense. It's like I don't know with certain people who watch my videos and thinking like, oh, you just hate Square Enix. It's like I hate them for a reason. God damn it! It's like I don't. I'm not picking on them just to pick on them. You know. No, I'm talk. You know, I talk shit about them because they deserve to be talked shit about. You know. Um. Yeah. It doesn't make any sense at all. This is
Yeah, not
DLC.
making DLC when you got a DLC coming out.
It doesn't make any sense, but there you have it. There's the Square Enix news. I'm pretty sure I don't there wasn't any other articles or whatever that came out about them. Other
They
than
gotta
that,
be trolling.
It's always some bullshit with Square Enix. I remember when Kingdom Hearts 3 came out and they did something that pissed me off. Um, oh yeah, I think you had the download some a chunk of the game or whatever. It was a day one patch. That's what it was,
Uh-huh.
and you had to download that in order to play the game. You know, they get the complete story because they didn't want quote unquote spoilers. Then when the game actually came out and I played the game, finished it, played it through to the end. Um, then I realized they ended it on a cliffhanger and nothing was really resolved and there wasn't much story leading up to the ending in the first place. So the day one patch was just bullshit.
Dang.
Yeah.
I heard they were handling a lot of things wrong too, like with the DLC. I
Oh,
didn't get to keep much of them, but I heard they were handling those wrong as well.
yeah, I actually didn't play the DLC for Kingdom Hearts 3. Um, Maybe one day. Actually, the Kingdom Hearts series is about to be released on PC in the next few days. So,
Oh, really?
yeah, on the Epic Games Store. I thought about buying a Kingdom Hearts 3 just to see how it runs on my laptop because you just need a i5 or whatever, an
Uh-huh.
i5 processor. I have an i7 processor, so in my laptop, so I know I can run it. Um, they are charging $60 for that though, which is bogus.
Yeah, that is.
Anyway, moving on. So it's been clarified as to why Johnny Cage is not in the new Mortal Kombat movie that's coming out, I believe, next month. Um, I mentioned this when we discussed this movie with the trailer or whatever that we looked at. It doesn't make any sense that Sonya Blade is in the movie and Johnny Cage isn't, because they're basically like that's one of the main romances or whatever in the series is Johnny Cage and Sonya Blade. They even have a daughter, Cassie Cage, who made her debut in Mortal Kombat X. And Cassie Cage is my main in Mortal Kombat 11. Um, I, I like almost every single match that I've played in Mortal Kombat 11 is with Cassie Cage. So um, yeah, just this is a strange decision or whatever that they made, and so um, let's look at what their explanation was. Um, the reason we held back Johnny Cage is he's a very egotistical guy. He's a scoundrel. He's funny. He's bigger than life, and so is Kano. So this is the words of the producer Todd Garner. Basically, what he's saying is the reason they took out Johnny Cage is because they felt he's too similar to Kano, and so they just omitted him, which is ridiculous.
Yeah. I don't know how I still think that wouldn't fit in with the movie, even though I guess they have a similar personality. That doesn't make much sense to me.
Kano's not even Kano's one of the villains of the series. He's not. I mean, he both him and Johnny Cage have like a sarcastic attitude, but
Hmm.
it's like that's no reason to remove Cage from the movie when he's one of the most well known characters in Mortal Kombat. You know, I just I don't know. It's one of the reasons why I'm not really looking forward to this.
Then you told me Then you told me they put what, a nobody in the movie.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
um,
They made up a new character or whatever. Um, so that's further salt to the wound, basically. And if I scroll down to the comments for this article, yeah, but it doesn't seem like fans are really happy about this. Yep, people are not happy about this at all. So, yep, this is one of the reasons I'm not looking forward to this. This is coming out on April the 16th in theaters and on HBO Max. So I'll just download it when it comes out. I'll watch it and we'll discuss it. And it's probably going to be some bullshit. So next up, more Square Enix news.
No.
More Square Enix news. Square Enix's Marvel's Avengers game, the roadmap, the DLC roadmap was revealed recently, which includes a Black Panther level. It includes the Black Widow event, some new story content, which obviously includes Black Panther. And they said Spider-Man is being developed, but he's not going to be released before Black Panther, which is ridiculous because, first of all, Spider-Man was locked to the PS4 version of this game, and they put it on the box. Like they made it clear that Sony paid money to Square Enix to have Spider-Man be an exclusive character for Marvel's Avengers on PlayStation. And the game came out several months ago last year, and the character still has not been revealed or released. They just released Hawkeye for this game. I haven't seen gameplay for it, but they released Hawkeye finally recently. But it's
not Spider-Man yet.
Nope. And I think the only reason they're doing Black Panther is because of as soon as they are is because of what happened to Chadwick Boseman.
Yeah.
So they're trying to capitalize basically. I don't know if this is new.
It's pretty embarrassing.
Yeah. What the fuck is all this shit?
I can have it on promo for him on release and then not have him there.
I think this is the game. That's Taskmaster. Okay, so this is Hawkeye gameplay right here. And as you can see, nothing's really been fixed with the game. You're still fighting generic robots and shit. Enemy variety is still ass. Hawkeye is probably fun to play as for like about maybe an hour, and then after that, you'll get bored pretty quickly. Because the fundamentals just suck. Oh, by the way, I never told you this, but guess who developed this game's combat system?
I'm not sure who.
The lead combat designer of God of War 2018.
Okay, it makes sense. It makes sense. I see it now.
Same camera and.
Okay, it makes so much sense now.
Same lead combat designer from that game developed this bullshit right here.
I didn't see it earlier.
Yeah. It's a fucking shame, dude. It's a fucking shame. I think this is the Black Panther. Yeah. This is the Black Panther reveal or whatever. Wait, let me.
Full scale.
Yeah, to see this.
So, you get me the army. I'll get you the vibranium. Sincerely, Claw.
Avengers, with me.
Someone said this looks like a fucking Transformers logo. Fucking they made a Decepticon Black Panther symbol. Oh man. And then they have to top it off with some fucking cheap ass beat because he's black, right?
Yeah, that music is awful. That music is awful. Like, that didn't get me excited at all.
It would have been better if they actually showed gameplay for him, you know?
Yeah.
Instead of having them pop out on screen for like 2 seconds. It's like, we know what Black Panther looks like. The design is cool, but I'm not digging. They even put the Decepticon logo in the middle of his chest right.
Man.
Yeah. Can't say I'm excited for this. I'm curious to see the Black Panther gameplay. I like, honestly, but it's not going to save this game. Nothing's going to save this game at this point. So here's your the roadmap or whatever that they released. None of this looks exciting at all. I got some old man Hulk shit going on right here.
Looks like the Goron from the Zelda games almost.
Yeah, they got this shit is not. It's not working, man. And then they already fucked up the game's progression system. They made it worse than what it was before, and it was already pretty bad before. So, yep.
Yeah, let's probably bring back only like 100 players.
Something like that. You know, the 100 that are already playing it, and you know, now is not going to bring anyone back who didn't like it before. So what happened to Spider-Man? That's
there it is.
Yep.
And that guy's response is probably right.
Probably got canceled. They should have canceled this game, dude. That's what they should have done.
Yeah, I'm surprised they're still going hard at it.
Fucking crazy. When they release Black Panther, I might check it out just to make fun of it. Okay, so moving on. Oh shit, I guess not.
Man, I saw that Avengers trailer in the bottom. I was like, oh no, it can't be. Oh, and that title too. No.
Marvel's Avengers devs on strengthening the game the right way. Yeah. Oh, and by the way, this is by Tamor Hussein. This is the same asshole who gave the Final Fantasy VII remake, the bullshit Final Fantasy VII remake, a fucking perfect score, 10 out of 10.
Damn.
I picked apart one of his comments in my retrospective for that game. Said Cloud was a good guy. Cloud's an asshole in that game. What the fuck are you talking about? Oh man, Marvel's Avengers should have been the biggest success story of 2020. Well, you could say the same about The Last of Us Part 2, but the difference between Marvel's Avengers and The Last of Us Part 2, even though they're both terrible games, is that The Last of Us Part 2 is now at least the most awarded video game in history.
Crazy.
It shouldn't be, but it is. Avengers doesn't have a fucking award to its name. Other than the biggest IP in the world, the biggest entertainment property in the world flopped in video game form last year. Yet it stumbled out of the gate in August last year and has been struggling to pick up momentum since. That's because they haven't done anything to fix it. It was fucked up when it came out. It's fucked up now. It's still gonna be fucked up months from now. Oh man.
Yeah, they're not pulling like a Star Wars or Star Wars Battlefront or No Man's Sky comeback.
Nah.
They aren't gonna achieve nothing like that.
Nah. Like I said, they'll release new characters if it goes far enough. They'll release like Doctor Strange and Captain Marvel, whatever. And I'm sure the characters will be fun to play as for like I said, 30 minutes to an hour, and then after that, it's done. It's done. Because the combat system is really the same for all the characters. They have differences, but they fall within the same the same general design or whatever of the combat system, which is not a great combat system by any stretch of the imagination. Like I said, this made the combat system is from the same asshole who developed the God of War 2018. So, and that combat system was fucking terrible. Yep, sad day for the Avengers, or at least in video game form. So we got some Harry Potter news. Ralph Fiennes, who played Lord Voldemort in the later Harry Potter movies, defends J.K. Rowling over trans controversy.
Oh, Lord Voldemort.
out of any actor who was connected to the series, he's the one who probably should have kept his mouth shut about this. Yeah. I can't understand the vitriol directed at her. I can understand the heat of an argument, but I find this age of accusation and the need to condemn irrational. I find the level of hatred that people express about views that differ from theirs and the voice of language towards others disturbing. I get what he's saying, and I agree with what he's saying. It's just this is not the right topic to try and pull that out. Pull that out of the
trans.
Yeah, pull that out of the sorting hat, if you were. Yeah, so J.K. Rowling, this whole situation is it's funny to me because she created this massive franchise or whatever that's made her rich and like cemented her name as like one of the best authors in modern the modern literary world, and she's taken, like, Harry Potter became this mega franchise in Hollywood, and it basically has not been dethroned, and it's not going to be dethroned in the young adult novel genre.
That's for sure.
And so it's crazy how her fans have really like turned on her, but they still love the series itself, which just tells you how great Harry Potter actually is, like the series.
Yeah, absolutely.
And everything all the work that went into it. But her comments on trans people has been funny to me, because some of the things that she said is a bit iffy, but I think her ultimate stance is if you're, as a trans woman, you're not really a woman if you're a trans woman, because most of her comments were about trans women, and then there's the opposite. There's the opposite end of it where it's like if you're a trans man, you're not really a man. You're still a woman. It's crazy to me.
Yeah, when I first heard the news, I was like, oh dang, I wasn't expecting this. But yeah, like you were saying earlier, just seeing how strong the franchise really is, and no matter what her comments are, just seeing how strong it is, and like just can't knock it down.
No,
it really goes to show how powerful Harry Potter is.
Yeah, nah, they can't kill Harry Potter. Harry Potter's already done, like the series. It's already over, and the movies have been made, the books have been written. You can't really like devalue the quality of it. You can kill the popularity of the franchise itself, though, because the two prequel movies, Fantastic Beasts, number one, the first one was okay. The second one was trash. It was bad. And then there was the controversy with Johnny Depp and Amber Heard that dragged it down even further. And so, yeah, you can kill the popularity of the series itself. Now, the Harry Potter stars, Daniel Radcliffe, who played Harry Potter in the movies, Emma Watson, who played Hermione Granger and Rupert Grint, who played Ron Weasley in the series. They have made comments about the controversy in support of the trans community against the author or whatever.
Yeah, not surprised there.
Yeah, that's for example, Daniel Radcliffe says transgender women are women. Technically, they're not women. Whatever you're born with, you can't you can't change that, no matter how hard you try. I actually watched a video recently this past week of transgender people who they transition to a new gender, but then they transition back, or they tried to transition back when they realized they made a mistake. Because a lot of it is mental illness, and what it is you know, someone who hates their own identity. They hate what they are, so they try and change what they are, and then when they realize that they've made their life worse and they've added on to the problems that they had before, instead of fixing the source of the problem, that's when they start having regrets. The life of a transgender person is not easy. It's really not easy at all. And so when I see statements like this from pampered celebrities, it can rub people the wrong way. That's why I'm not really understanding this whole J.K. Rowling thing, like being upset at some of her comments. I mean, I really don't get it. And then there's the whole topic of women's high school and college sports and all that, where they allow transgender women who are really men entering into a sport that's for women, and that kills, or entering into a women's division for different sports, which kills competitive play, fair competitive play. Yeah, that's a big problem. And then this person's bringing up other examples, like what if I say I'm black but I was born Asian. It all goes back to the same thing, which is mental illness.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, you hate your identity. So
yeah, that's crazy. I never even thought about it like that. Yeah.
Well, I know WB, they were talking about like making a Harry Potter TV show, but that's going to be hard with people being against J.K. Rowling, who created the series. So, yep, good luck with that, guys. Personally, I don't really care about the controversy, but this is just something that happened.
Yeah, I'm with you on that as well. I'm not really all that into it.
Yeah, so that's something that happened in Potter World.
Yeah.
So Jade Raymond, that's a famous name in the gaming industry at this point. You know who Jade Raymond is?
No. Now, could you explain it to me?
Jade Raymond.
I'm familiar with him.
Jade Raymond is she's famous for being the producer of Assassin's Creed, the first Assassin's Creed.
Oh, okay.
And so she was involved with Assassin's Creed up through Assassin's Creed Unity. And then after that, she left Ubisoft. She went to EA briefly to start a new studio to develop a new Star Wars game, but then EA fucked all that up, and so she left EA, and now she's formed a new studio called Haven, and she's working on they're working on a new original IP for PlayStation. I really don't care for announcements like this, because you know, we see announcements like this all the time when it comes to video games. And until you actually reveal a title and then you actually show me some gameplay, I really don't give a shit, you know?
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Because you just get the same typical PR bullshit, which is, you know, this is her quote: "We want to create worlds where players can escape, have fun, express themselves, and find community."
Yeah, we hear that all the time.
Yeah, you see the problem. That's nothing new. That's nothing new. We want to pour our passion into a project. We want to make something wondrous for people to experience because we believe in the power of games to bring joy to people's lives. I
And then
think,
when it comes out, it's the same shit we've already played before.
or it's worse than what we played before.
That too.
I think that quote is just like ridiculous. Because we believe in the power of games to bring joy to people's lives. I believe the power of money and sex and relationships bring joy to people's lives, or lack thereof. So I don't think too many people care about games as a necessity. They talk about video games like you need it. You need video games in order to survive. It's like I personally don't.
Actually makes surviving harder for me.
Yeah. Overrated. I'm not going to argue that one. Yeah, I mean, good luck with the new IP, but yeah, I'm not. I don't know why these motherfuckers are talking about Halo and shit. Has nothing to do with Halo. Yeah, I just, the same shit we've already heard a million times.
Yeah.
Show us a, you know, a good product, and we'll back you. Until then, shut the fuck up. I don't care what your name is. Okay, Jade Raymond. You know, don't care. Show us a good game, and we'll back you. All right, moving on. Will Black Widow still come to theaters? The Disney CEO weighs in. So Black Widow is one of the movies similar to other movies like Dune. Dune, and there were a few others that got delayed last year. A Quiet Place 2, that's another one. Those movies were supposed to come out last year in theaters until the coronavirus pandemic came out and the lockdown started happening. That's when basically every industry that you can think of was put in turmoil, and this movie and several others were delayed over a year from their original initial release. So they finally have made a decision about Black Widow, and I believe the decision was that it's coming out May the 9th, and it's also coming to Disney Plus. So
same date?
I believe it's same date.
Okay.
Yeah, it's same date. So yeah, they just premiered the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, which I heard was okay, not as good as WandaVision. I downloaded the first 2 episodes, but I haven't watched them yet. So, but yeah, I'm actually looking forward to the Black Widow movie, just as a standalone. Even though the character technically is already dead in the MCU, this is a prequel. I believe it takes place. It takes place before. I think it takes place after Captain America: Civil War. I think that's when it takes place in the context of the MCU. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that, and I believe Scarlett Johansson. This is her last MCU appearance. I think she's going to be replaced by the chick who was in who was in Midsummer.
Blonde chick?
Yeah. What's that actress's name?
I forgot her name. I don't know if I could see her playing this, but I don't know. I've only seen her in that role. I haven't seen her in other acting gigs yet.
Well, she was nominated for an Academy Award for Little Women last year.
Okay.
Yeah. The actress is Florence Pugh.
Okay.
Yeah, she's great in some of the few movies that I've seen her in. She's fantastic. Yeah, she's a British actress. So
Oh, she's British too?
yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to this. And we may have a new Black Widow by the end of it. So we'll see. Next, PlayStation communities on PS4 shutting down.
Particularly useful if you use external storage a lot. You can also use the game library to quickly access demos
Shut
or
your ass up. Shut up. So yeah, PlayStation communities, which is some random feature that most people on PS4 don't use. But the few thousand or whatever that do use it, very soon you will not be able to use that anymore. So this is the first major feature on PlayStation 4 that's being discontinued. And so Sony has already begun the process of transitioning permanently to the PS5 and discontinuing support for the PS4. And there's been some other news released this week, but considering this, we're covering right now. We're covering last week's news. We'll get to that, and we'll get to this week's news in a little while. I never cared for this feature. I never used it. Never known anyone who has used it before. I'm not.
Yeah, even when I had my PS4, I didn't even use it or hear anybody talk about it.
Yeah, so whatever. I don't think most people.
Pretty much.
I don't think most people care. I'm curious. Where did you sell your PS4?
When did I sell it?
No, where did you sell it? Who'd you sell it to?
Pretty sure I sold it on eBay.
How much did
some random buyer?
How much did you get for it?
Dang, I can't even remember the price I put up on there. Shit, almost good idea.
You put the console, the controllers, and some games up on there?
Oh yeah, I did have some additional games, so that makes it even. I had a lot of games I sold with it too, so that makes it a little more confusing because I forgot what price I put it up for. I think I added like about 20, 30 games up on there with it too.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Damn.
It was 2 controllers I had up there too.
Dude, if I sold my PS4 right now, and I sold all my games, that'd be like over 100 games. I'm not shit. Like that would be over 100 games, like legit.
Dang.
And there's no really like hard hitting PS5 exclusive anyway right now. Like most of the games that people are playing on PS5 are PS4 games because there's nothing out on PS5 right now. So and there's not going to be by the end of this year. You'll have a few exclusives like Returnal and Ratchet and Clank, but those games are going to be one and done for the most part. So yep, PS4 is still kicking for the time being. Oh, by the way, let me go back. This asshole is Tamura Hussein or whatever the fuck his name is.
Oh, that guy we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
Yo, look at that.
Motherfucker looks like Al Qaeda. Yeah. Yeah, he needs to get off my goddamn screen. Okay. So, more delays. More delays. It happens all the time in the gaming industry. It's a joke. And as we learned the hard way with Cyberpunk, which we already knew before Cyberpunk, but Cyberpunk had to happen for, you know, for everyone to get the fucking memo, to get the picture. Just because a video game is delayed does not mean it's going to be good. But that's the narrative that these companies try and sell you, is that, oh, we're making the game better. So, you know, that's we want more time to work on our game, so when our game comes out, it can be 10% more complete than, you know, if we were just to release it now. But don't worry, we're still going to sell you an incomplete product, and you're still going to have to pay for DLC.
Pretty much.
So don't worry about that. You still going to pull out that credit card. We got that covered. But anyway, Gotham Knights has been delayed to 2022. They're calling this a Batman game, which is funny because Batman's not a playable character in this. You play as the Bat family. You play as Robin, Nightwing, Red Hood, which doesn't make any sense because Red Hood's not a part of the Bat family, and Batgirl. You play as those four. Batman, I believe, is dead before this game starts.
What?
Either he's dead or he disappeared. Yeah, right here. Bruce Wayne and Batman are believed to be dead. Because in their first trailer, Bruce Wayne he makes a message to the Bat family saying, you know, I'm not going to be around anymore. Gotham, you know, it's up to you four to protect Gotham. So, and you would think this would be a direct sequel to the Arkham series, but it's not. Suicide Squad is Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League is that takes place in the Arkham universe, which is funny because if you watch the trailer for that, it doesn't look interesting.
You've seen the trailer?
Yeah. Let me pull up fucking trailer for this shit. So yeah, this is from Rocksteady. This is their new game.
Australian for hangover?
Now, this is Captain Boomerang. Captain Boomerang's a stupid fucking character. I don't know what they were thinking. You have King Shark right here in the background, so I don't know what they're gonna
even see him.
Yeah, I don't know what they're gonna do with that. With that character. This is Deadshot, which doesn't make any sense because Deadshot was in Batman Arkham City, and he was a completely different ethnicity. So either this is a new Deadshot, or they race-bended his character. And the only reason why he's black is because of the Will Smith version from the actual Suicide Squad movie. So, yeah, this is oh, and these are the only 4 playable characters in the game, apparently.
Dang.
Which doesn't make any sense.
I really don't even want to play any of them.
I believe I can translate. Boomerang has a concussion.
You know, you never shut up about it.
No, yeah, because this was an early reveal.
Okay.
Yeah, they haven't shown actual gameplay just yet. I don't think it's going to be too interesting. I think Harley Quinn and Deadshot will be the only 2 interesting characters as far as the gameplay goes. I don't know why Sharkman has a gun at all. He's a shark.
Oh yeah! Waller's stupid
No, watch this ending right here. See how ridiculous this shit is.
Whoa. Look, it's Superman. The mighty Superman has just rescued that pilot.
What a show. Greetings, bandits! We're on a top secret assassination mission here.
What?
So, figure out who we're killing yet? Oh, fuck!
Really make it like this? Wow, that was stupid.
You see how stupid
Are
this
they
is?
serious? Are they serious?
How do you
No,
go
man.
now? How do you go from Batman Arkham, one of the best fucking video game franchises ever, easily the best licensed, series of licensed video games ever released, to this bullshit right here? The whole concept of the game is kill the Justice League, and you're playing now the Justice League consists of, there's different versions in the comics, but the typical team is Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Green Lantern, Martian Manhunter, the Flash. Some version, like the cartoon had a Hot Girl in there, and some other characters. And you're supposed to play as these four clowns fighting
Yeah.
the Flash, Wonder Woman, Green Lantern, Superman. I mean, I don't understand how this concept.
Yeah, I can't take him seriously. I don't know.
I don't understand the mentality behind this concept, or how this concept even was formulated, because what people wanted, like what a lot of people wanted after Batman Arkham, was a Superman game, and they kind of got their wish. Superman is in the game, but you can't play as him, and you got to play as these four right here. Yeah, I don't see this being too interesting, but we'll see.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one.
We'll see. But yeah, that provides some context a little bit to what WB is doing with the DC label or whatever. Gotham Knights. You haven't seen Gotham Knights either, have you?
Nope.
Hang on. Pull that shit up. This was supposed to come out this year. They just delayed it to next year.
Any victims? This story is
what the article's
evolving
about.
rapidly.
Okay, so
Okay.
yeah, they're doing something with the Court of Owls or whatever. Now, when I actually saw, because they did do, they did show off a gameplay demo or whatever. When they showed gameplay, I immediately lost interest.
Freeze has recently returned to Gotham.
The actual combat system.
Robin's learned how to act and developed a few new ones of her own.
So you see what it actually is?
Yeah.
It's an RPG. It looks similar to the Arkham games, and it probably is similar in some respects, but yeah, the combat system is completely different.
Check it out. Keep them occupied.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Yeah, it's not the rhythmic combat, the great rhythmic combat that's in the Arkham series. It looks like one of those games you would actually have to try out
You're it.
to see how it is. But what really made me lose interest was when they showed off this boss fight with Mr. Freeze towards the end.
My storm engine.
Mr. Freeze was one of the best boss fights from the Arkham series.
Is that what you're calling it?
This it looks like a
An important
a
element
beat
of
'em up
Gotham
with the
Knights is
long
that
ass
as the
health bar
player
across the
increases
screen.
in power and ability,
Yeah,
their
those
foes
first few
keep
seconds I
pace.
could already tell.
So confronting a villain like Mr. Freeze can be a very different proposition at level 5 or at level 15.
And so as
No
he
challenge to it whatsoever.
right, yeah. So as he just said, everything is based off of stats because it's an RPG now.
And that's annoying as well.
Yeah, that's bullshit. That's how certain franchises like God of War was ruined. Trying to make everything RPG.
And not
God
just
of
in
War
terms
and
of stats,
Assassin's
but in
Creed.
the kinds of attacks and
Now
defenses
they're
they
doing it
bring
to
to bear.
Batman.
And that was just a short peek at Gotham Knights. We're going to have more to show you in the future.
Yeah, so it doesn't
Yeah, I see what you mean.
look all that interesting. So yeah, you guys can take as long as you need on this because interest is extremely low right now. Extremely low. So next up,
Some of it dealing with the early drafts of the script.
this article rubbed me the wrong way. This Cory Barlog dude, he just needs to be removed from God of War entirely. So last week he came out and said he had no idea what the hell he was doing when he was made director for God of War 2. So what it sounds like to me was God of War 2, as great as it is, it was just a fluke. Either that or the reason it's great is not because of Cory Barlog, it's because of the people he was working with. Because
That's comment right there.
because like David Jaffe, who created God of War, he was still one of the game's leading producers or whatever for God of War 2 at the time. So yeah, and it's just this comment, like, I had absolutely no idea what the hell I was doing pretty much the entire time. Like, it makes me, this motherfucker just makes me sick, yo. Like, I just, it's no surprise God of War, like the direction it went. And then it's like he goes on. He continues. Every day I felt like I was thrown on stage opening night to perform a musical that I had never even heard of, much less rehearsed. Jesus Christ. Thankfully for Barlog and to his credit as a team leader, there was a strong team around him. So that pretty much confirms the only reason God of War 2 is great is because of everyone else.
But not him.
Not him. Oh shit. Yeah, this kind of cemented it that God of War is no longer for me. As long as this guy is in charge of the direction of the series, I'm not going to support it. I just, yeah, I'm not a fan of this Cory Barlog dude, like, at all. And God of War 2018 wasn't even original. Most of what it did, it stole ideas from other games. So this dude, and he still doesn't know what the hell he's doing. He's just copying other popular games. Yeah. Sad day to be a God of War fan, if you have any common sense.
Man, So like that one comment was saying it was all by accident.
Yeah, that's what it was. Words from the man himself. One of the best action games ever. It just happened by accident. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, moving on from that nonsense. The alien actor Yafet Koto dies at 81. Koto, who is famous for playing Parker in the original Alien and as Kanaga in the James Bond movie Live and Let Die. Black dude.
Dang, we just finished watching Alien not long ago.
We did. Yes, we did. Yeah, Parker died. Unfortunately, he was. There's some information about his life. He was born in New York in 1939. Made his professional acting debut at the age of 19 in a production of Shakespeare's Othello, and was a member of New York's influential actor studio. Made his first screen appearance in the 1964 Western for Texas, and has been in various supporting movie and TV roles. And that's very impressive for a black actor at that time period, because of all the racism and segregation and all that was going on at the time.
Yeah.
So he lived
Absolutely.
through. Yeah, he lived through all that.
I never seen that Bond film. He was a villain in though.
I've been thinking about going through and watching all the James Bond movies, like from start to finish. I've seen everything from Pierce Brosnan all the way through Daniel Craig, and I've seen snippets of the older ones, but I haven't seen anything before Pierce Brosnan. So
Yeah, I think I've only seen the Daniel Craig ones, but not all of them. I think Skyfall, and I forgot the other one.
you probably saw Casino Royale.
Yeah, that might have been it.
Yeah. Yeah, we can like go through some of the Bond films or whatever.
Okay.
Quantum of Solace. That shit was garbage. I don't know what the fuck. That shit was trash. I don't know what the fuck Daniel Craig was thinking with that. Yeah, that movie sucked. Yeah. Yeah, that shit was some bullshit. Anyway, moving on. Legendary musician Elton John blasts Vatican over LGBTQ stance after investing in Rocket Man. I found that.
Oh, damn, I was expecting this.
I just found this one to be hilarious. That's why I decided to cover it. you know what Rocket Man is, right?
Yeah, the Elton John song, I heard it.
Yeah, it's about his life or whatever, from an early age through like how he became famous and everything. Elton John he's famous for his music, but he's also known to be openly gay. So this is funny because the Vatican, or whatever, the church that decided to invest in Rocket Man, has reinstated its stance against same-sex marriage. And then Elton John went on Twitter because he got all butthurt and said, they were happily making a profit from investing millions in Rocket Man, which is a biographical film about his life.
Oh yeah, they did make that movie too. I remember seeing some of the commercials on YouTube that were popping up about it.
Yeah, and this was his words or whatever, his quote. How can the Vatican refuse to bless gay marriages because they are sin, yet happily making a profit from investing millions in Rocket Man, a film which celebrates my finding happiness from my marriage to David.
I didn't even know they invested in him. This comment is hilarious.
Hey, everyone likes money. The church especially likes money.
That is very true.
Shit, be on that gay shit all day as long as you see some green.
Yeah. Oh, that is hilarious.
Oh shit. Then you have some of these self-righteous motherfuckers in the comments section. Greatest human trafficking and sexual abuse institutions on the planet refuses to bless gay marriage because God can't bless sin. I don't know why I'm surprised by this
Iron.
shit.
You want it, but how are you going to get it? Unlike copper and tin, it's a little more complicated. So we're going to break down how you can find iron and make some iron gear in...
Yeah, why does IGN have these videos autoplay?
Oh, well, this is GameSpot.
Oh.
IGN, when I'm on IGN, the shit's muted.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, GameSpot, they need to fix their shit, dude.
Yo, I didn't even know they still do that. I thought they cut that out. I didn't even know they still do that, man.
Because when I'm editing the video, like, I can hear the fucking recording, and then, like, I'll be trying to talk over the fucking audio, and it is just a fucking nightmare, dude. Because I can't fix shit like that.
Yeah.
It's fucking
I can't believe they still do that.
It's crazy. This was an interesting announcement. New Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie will be a sequel to the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre, not all the bullshit that came out after.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, so they're trying to pull a Halloween 2018 basically. And it's
and that movie came out good, I heard too.
Yeah, it was great. It was great. And this is going to feature Old Man Leatherface. So they're basically trying to do Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the Logan version.
Hey, you're right. This is definitely some interesting news.
Yeah,
I'm curious to see it when it comes out.
Yeah, it's a direct sequel, and it is the same character. It is Old Man Leatherface. Now, my thing is the Leatherface character. How would it make any sense that that he becomes an old man in the first place and he's still killing people?
Oh,
it made sense. It made sense with Michael Myers. It doesn't make sense with Leatherface.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm willing to roll with it, but I don't know.
Yeah, that's a good point.
That doesn't make much sense to me. Because with Michael Myers, he was in prison for years, and then he gets out, he escapes. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, we'll have to see how that one goes. And when they say Old Man Leatherface, like what's Old Man Leatherface? Are we talking like 60s, 70s? Because if he's
ain't doing no shit like in 80s and 70s.
Yeah, you ain't killing you ain't killing nobody, and you like fucking 70 something.
Yeah.
Old man, he must be like 50 something or something, you know.
Yeah.
And then if that's Old Man Leatherface, then what was young man Leatherface? How old or how young was he in the original?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a strange concept, but hopefully it works out for him.
Mm-hmm. All
right, so we have Avatar, which surpasses Avengers Endgame again, and you know, again becomes the number one highest grossing movie of all time after its re-release in China. Which it's funny because it's like Avatar was not it wasn't a bad movie, but you know, it was pretty average. I don't.
Yeah, it was.
The reason people loved Avatar was because of the visuals and the spectacle of it. But China, like they must they really love that shit over there. I don't know why. I really don't know why.
Yeah, it wasn't that special at all to me.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. Zoe Saldana, she had to capitalize on this because she starred in both Avatar and Avengers Endgame. So she's been fortunate to be in the two highest grossing movies of all time. So she had to have her Twitter moment. Biggest congrats to Avatar for becoming once again #1 movie of all time. China, we owe you one. To know that I am part of the two biggest movies of all time is humbling, to say the least. Thank you to all my fans and fans of Avatar and Avengers. Thank you, gracias, grazie. So,
wish I had her career.
yeah. Lucky ass. It's also worthy to note that both of these movies are under Disney.
Damn.
So Disney really is pretty much a monopoly at this point. Anything with Disney on it is guaranteed to print money.
Great news.
Yes, this is great news right here. The Batman, Robert Pattinson's version, has finished filming after the delays with COVID-19. As it was reported last time I heard about this movie, they had delayed it because Robert Pattinson had contracted COVID-19.
Yep.
Now they finished the delays, or finished the filming, excuse me. And the final day of principal photography, which is when they're shooting, that's the industry phrase for, when they're actually shooting a movie. That ended on March the 13th this month. And director Matt Reeves went on his Twitter and posted this. So, yeah, this is pretty exciting. However, the movie has been delayed to March the 4th, 2022. So, that's great that you guys finish a movie and can't see it for the next 2 years.
That was so disappointing. That is so disappointing.
I mean, could be dead in the next 2 years,
Yeah.
I mean, thanks for the update, though. Assholes. We have the Oscars 2021 nominations. And this was funny to me too, because pretty much movies last year were trash. Okay, like movies last year were. I didn't follow movies last year at all, really. Very, very few exceptions. And I usually watch the Academy Awards because they do showcase like good entertainment and promote good films that otherwise no one would really check out. I haven't really watched any of the movies that has been nominated this year, but they're coming out with these the first two women to be nominated for Best Director in the same year, first Asian American woman to be nominated for director, first woman to receive 4 nominations in a single year. So they're playing identity politics.
Yeah.
First Muslim actor to be nominated for Best Actor, most nominated Black actress in Oscars history. It's like, come on, dude. This is why no one really, the viewership for these award ceremonies in Hollywood, that's why they've dropped off, is because they keep playing the politics card. And
Yeah.
like the Grammy Awards recently, 8 million people watched it, but it was a 50% drop from the viewership from last year. Of course, I think the Grammys are much worse off than the Academy Awards.
So I'm surprised about the Stephen Young nomination. I think he was in that I forgot what the movie was called. It was like the perfect Oscar bait movie.
Yeah, he's mostly known for playing I forget the character's name in The Walking Dead.
Glenn, I think.
Glenn, yes. So these are the nominations for the Academy Awards for this year. You have The Father, Judas and the Black Messiah, which I downloaded. I haven't watched that yet. Mank, which has, I believe, the most nominations. Mank is directed by David Fincher. You have Minari, Nomadland, which I believe that's that Frances McDermott movie. Promising Young Woman, which I also downloaded that, but I haven't seen it yet. Sound of Metal. I'm interested in watching that too. It's
I heard about that one.
Yeah, it's about a metal musician who finds out that he's going deaf.
Oh dang!
Yeah, so I'm interested to watch that, to see that. And then you have The Trial of the Chicago 7, which sounds interesting.
Wasn't that correct me if I'm wrong, wasn't that a Netflix movie, I think?
I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm not sure. For directing, we have Thomas Vinterberg for Another Round, David Fincher for Mank, Lee Isaac Chung for Minari, Chloe Zhao for Nomadland, and Emerald Fennell for Promising Young Woman. Actor in the lead role, Riz Ahmed for Sound of Metal, Chadwick Boseman for Ma Rainey's Bottom. He's probably going to win just because he died.
Yeah.
They're going to pull another. They're going to pull another Heath Ledger with him.
Yeah.
Not sure if it's going to be deserved per se. And I think they're, like I said, they're just going to give it to him just because, of what happened. But that's what I'm thinking. Anthony Hopkins for The Father, Gary Oldman for Mank, and Stephen Young for Minari. Then actress in a leading role, Viola Davis, who's now the most nominated black actress in Hollywood history, from Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. Andra Day for The United States versus Billie Holiday, Vanessa Kirby for Pieces of a Woman, Frances McDormand for Nomadland, and Carey Mulligan for Promising Young Woman. I think it would be an upset if Carey Mulligan won that out of the other names that are listed there, personally. Actor in a supporting role, Sacha Baron Cohen, who actually did something serious for once. For the Trial of the Chicago 7, Daniel Kaluuya for Judas and the Black Messiah, Leslie Odom Jr. for One Night in Miami, Paul Rassi for The Sound of Metal, and Lakeith Stanfield for Judas and the Black Messiah. What's One Night in Miami about?
I think it was what's her name? I think the woman who directed it was I think her name is Regina King.
Okay.
And I think it brought together I'm not sure if it's the exact thing from what I remember from the synopsis. I think it's after a Muhammad Ali fight, and I think it just brings together all the important black historical figures in one night. And I'm not sure what they do. I didn't get to read too far into the synopsis, but I think whatever they do in that night, it's something. It's a big plan. But Regina King is the director, from what I know so far, which is interesting to me because I think this is her first movie that she's directed. She's usually just an actress, so I'm still curious to see it because it has a lot of great reviews across the board.
Okay. Well, it sounds like Oscar bait for sure.
Yeah.
Anything that with the label Black Power, Hollywood loves to ride that shit into the ground.
Oh. Well, I think it definitely has a message.
Yeah. Well, hopefully it does. I would hope it does. Um, Actress in a supporting role, Maria Bakalova. This is she was nominated for a Razzie for that movie. How the fuck she get nominated for an Academy
Oh
Award?
dang.
And for that role, really?
Crazy.
This is the same chick who played Borat's daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine getting a Razzie, getting this award too.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. I don't know. I don't know how that works. But Glenn Close for Hillbilly Elegy, Olivia Colman for The Father, Amanda Seyfried for Mank. This is an interesting one because Amanda Seyfried is not. She's never been a great actress to me.
Damn.
Yeah, I haven't really liked her in anything I've ever seen her in. So yeah, I'm curious to see what she did in Mank. Then you have Yoon Yeojin in Minari.
I think that's in that movie, Stephen Young, he plays a father, and I think that's his wife in the movie.
Oh, okay. Writing best adapted screenplay: Borat, The Father, Nomadland, One Night in Miami, and The White Tiger. Writing original screenplay: Judas and the Black Messiah, Minari, Promising Young Woman, Sound of Metal, and the Trial of the Chicago 7. That's a difficult category right there with all the ones that's listed. It's pretty competitive. Cinematography, animated feature film. I've been curious to watch Soul. I know.
Oh yeah, I watched Soul.
Yeah, I know you saw that one. I haven't seen it.
I haven't heard of Shaun. What did I say? Shaun the Sheep movie. I haven't heard about that one.
Yeah, it sounds boring. So, and then you have all the other stories that no one really cares about.
Yeah, especially not fucking here. So
They gave Mulan a nod for best special effects or visual effects.
damn, did you see that? I can't remember.
I did see that.
You did a review on it.
Yeah, that just tells you how bad movies was last year. Pretty fucking bad. Tenet, that's the only thing that movie can be nominated for because the story was nonsense. Yeah, I'm surprised the time they're having this because usually the Academy Awards it takes place late February, but they postponed it 2 months. And I was thinking they were going to just skip it this year because, like I said, last year movies was some nonsense last year. But Hollywood got to get those views in. I'm sure some of the movies that were nominated are great and all, but I don't know.
I think Judas Black Messiah is a good movie. What else was on the list? I can't even remember.
They had Nomadland, Promising Young Woman.
Yeah, Promising Young Woman. I thought that was a good movie. Soul, I thought was a good movie. I don't think I watched the rest of those.
Mank, I don't even know why Mank is even nominated because from what I heard, the story is terrible. Like
yeah, I remember you telling me that.
Yeah, it's really like the direction and everything. So that's good about it, but the actual story is not that great from what I heard. So yeah, I don't know. Anyway, that's the nominations for the Academy Awards. I might watch it, I might not. I don't know. Toys R Us is coming back for what fucking reason? I have no idea.
Yeah, like what?
It's under a new owner, and they're planning to open stores in North America. I have to go to one of these when they open back up. I have to. Like Toys R Us, I haven't been in a Toys R Us in years, dude. Years.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
Yeah, I gotta go to one of these. This shit right here, this Toys R Us right here that you see right here. No, this is some bullshit right here. This is some this is a fucking store that was rented out in the mall, like some mall somewhere. No, the Toys R Us I remember is like this big fucking, this big retail store that looks like a giant warehouse and it has nothing but toy shit in it.
That's right.
Yeah, that's the Toys R Us I remember.
And they're having amiibos in them too.
Amiibos.
Yeah, you know the little Nintendo Switch amiibos.
Oh yeah. Oh, you're talking about right here.
Or was that for the Wii U? I honestly can't even remember. It's been so long.
I don't know. Toys, like when I was a kid, my go-to was Dragon Ball Z, Power Rangers, and my number one was Star Wars. You couldn't beat Star Wars when it comes to the toys at the time.
That's true.
You couldn't. You had to get the fucking starships, had to get the characters, Luke Skywalker,
starships were the best.
Princess Leia, all that. But then they had the plastic lightsabers, and not the cheap ass ones that they shortened or whatever. That you find in stores now, or over the last 10 or so years. Now I'm talking about the ones that actually had some weight to them. Like if you swung that thing, you could like fuck someone up with. Yeah, those are the ones I'm talking about. Speaking of which, I gotta find. I gotta remember where I put my fucking my SX. What was it? The fucking the FX lightsaber or whatever. Yeah, I gotta find where I put that shit. Yeah, I gotta find where I put that shit at. Yeah, I'm excited for this announcement because I swear they open one up where we live at. I'm gonna take a drive down there one weekend.
I'm honestly surprised. I thought they were out for good.
And in order to survive in today's market, you have to have a strong digital market. So, yeah, hopefully they've learned some lessons, and this new owner is going to take them in a good direction. so they can stay around and not have to close. So yeah, this is interesting. Usually companies don't come back like this, because Kmart didn't come back, Blockbuster didn't come back, and they're not coming back. So they have a second chance. So yeah, I wish the company the best for that. But anyway, that wraps up the entertainment news from last week. We will be moving to the news that came out this week, and there's quite a bit to cover, but I don't know the extent because I haven't saved any articles, but I'm about to take care of that right now. So your favorite article from last week?
I think I'd have to say the Toys R Us. That was a good surprise. So it's good seeing that back. And I think I had to say the Black Panther one for the laugh.
Oh,
that would make me laugh a lot.
Yeah, the Black Panther one for me.
Oh, and the Elton John one too.
Oh. I think my favorite one was the Cory Barlog shit. That and yeah, I'm gonna have to also go with the Black Panther, the Black Panther mess. Yeah, that's we had some interesting articles that came out last week. I wish I had we had gotten to uploading it last week, but I'll get to it this week. So I'll have this uploaded tomorrow. So that wraps up this video. Moving on to the next one.